rain settled right in now. So I was pumping it out real hard to get to the lock by 11:30. And I didn't make it. But I didn't get the shoulder out of the rain having lunch. Shut your back. Bloody wild weather. Oh, there you go. There. This was day one. I would have packed up my home, I think. And I'm shagged. Back on pack. Just behind me there is the sign marking the border between South Australia and New South Wales. Of course it's Victoria on that side of the river. So I think somebody was on the piss when they measured it all up. Didn't quite get it right. My take on it. The reality is I think there was a bit of an error. Measurements and things, but interestingly enough, when I look on the GPS here, pull up at that sign, puts me in a different spot. It doesn't put me at the border. So either they're still on the piss, the mapping's wrong, who knows, 3 state boundary. Oh, so there we have it. The other border. Victoria, South Australia. Not easy to get up there, lots of snags. So, officially, wholly and solely in South Australia. Had lunch back there in Victoria. I'll camp in South Australia tonight. Been a slog today. Oh! It's back to last night's excitement. Nasty weather and didn't have much dinner. I think I'm feeling that now. You might be able to see in the background there the sign. South Australia Vic. Looks like the Lions Club have put the signs in to maintain them. Theory. Shouldn't even have a kilometre to go. Proposed campsite at the Border Cliffs House General Store. I'm going to do it early, 2:15, but I'm feeling it today. I can't really see anything on the map that jumps out at me as a suitable camp within 4 or 5 minutes I'm really feeling it today. Water's heavy, jumpers, hits big cliffs. I hit cliffs as well. Looking forward to that song. It was soon evident how the Border Cliffs store derived its name. These were the first significant cliffs encountered on my route downstream, and would soon become my constant companion, migrating from one side of the river to the other. Pushed on from the border store after finding that camping on offer was dispersed from the river and offered little to no facilities. It was too early in the day to pull up, not to be able to have a fire, and not have the opportunity to unwind with at least some basic amenities. Soon enough I found myself a suitable site, possibly in a game reserve of sorts, where I was able to observe a total lunar eclipse, although I didn't realise at the time and went to bed early. The short time that I did sit up, I was in awe at the intensity of the most impressive full moon. Little did I realise the eclipse was an hour or two away. The sun's just come up over the trees. Just risen. It's one of the earliest starts I've had, 7:20. Always feels a bit harder, I've noticed, after a rest day, first day back after a rest day. Just not as easy getting into it. Stiffen up a bit, sore, motivation. Anyway, I've got a good day for it. I'm going to try and push out 40 k's today, should get me to Berry. So I'm just leaving Renmark, stayed at the caravan park for a couple of nights. 40 k's to Berry. Lock 5. Just around a couple of corners. I might actually get there a bit early. So we're open till 8. Anyway, let's see how we go. Quite cold, coldest morning I've had yet, I think. Got my beanie on first time, I think. I might have to try and follow the sun. Dragging the chain a bit this morning. Just camped across the road there at the Berry caravan park, and there was a massive frost. Still is. It's white everywhere. Bit rugged up, double glove, beanie. First time for the trip, I think. I've got my thermal top on. I'm paddling. I want to last, but Jesus, it was cold. Thick frost, and the boat's still covered in ice. And an icebreaker to get through the heads here. So, the plan today is to push on to Loxton, which is about 40k. navigate my way out of the harbour. Crack of the day. It's frozen. The tent was just frozen solid. I actually take it into the camp kitchen. Had some heaters in there. I took it in there just to thaw it out. I couldn't have packed it in the bag. So it's still dripping wet, but at least I could pack it. So, very great spot actually. The pub within 370 metres from the caravan park. Good Scotch fillet, mushroom sauce and veggies, medium rare. Ooh, take a bit to loosen the joints up this morning. So, there's the sign. Where are we? Berry. 5:26. 5:26 to the coast. I'm not sure how I'm going to go because today's Monday. I've really got less than 2 weeks. 5, 6, 7, 12 days. Yeah, I'm going to have my work cut out. Get to the coast in the time I've got available. At the end of the day, I'll get to wherever I get to in the time I've got available. I'm not going to bust my ass. I'm not going to kick back and do nothing either. But at this stage I'm planning on not having any more rest days, but not busting my arse each day either. So like yesterday I was here in town by 3 o'clock, so it gave me a couple of hours in the afternoon to soak up the sun and relax a bit. So if I do that each day, going to be able to camp in caravan parks every night where they're around I'm going to. Boat ramps everywhere. Some places you can't find the boat ramps to bloody drive here. They might be blocked off the old ferry crossings actually. That is. Berry had clearly embraced the river life with a well-appointed harbour, a caravan park just across the esplanade, a pub overlooking the river serving excellent cuisine, and a community that appeared to thrive on river life. Abandoned ferry moorings had given way to a modern high-level bridge, which no doubt has improved convenience for the locals, but I can't help but think it's at the detriment to a nostalgic river connection. A flotilla of houseboats define the banks and promote a sense of relaxation and recreation, as many of them are suckled by smaller craft, clearly set up for active water sports. So I've just left Maruk, which is just a little village on the side of the river, and it actually offered something that I've been looking for pretty much the whole trip, and that is a nice easy landing on the edge of the river, town right there, community, the opportunity to go and get a pie and a coffee within stone's throw of the river, easy mooring or landing, at grass, sloping grass straight down to the river, less than 100 metres to the shop. There's camping there, there was toilets, had everything, it was perfect. And then I've got this almost glass water at the moment. Now this could have been a whole lot worse. So between Loxton and tonight's destination, Cobdogla, which is at 10k from here, it's pretty much been northwest the whole way. And in places, there was one straight there, 2, 4, 6, 8. It's nearly 10 kilometres long, northwest, without a bend. Now if that wind was blowing, that would have been horrendous. The slightest wind. As it turned out, there was none. Perfect. So at the end of that, there was a couple of small bends over 2 to 4 kilometres to Maruk, coffee, pie, and the New York cheesecake on the banks of the river. Nice grassy slope. Perfect. Could have camped there. Cost a couple of bucks. A few people in caravans there, of course. Maruk. Cobdogla was set back from the river and all but hidden by a wall of willows. A narrow cut through separated a harbour and loading ramp from the river proper. I learnt later on that this small harbour was actually known as Bruno Bay. And while the large signs at the moorings made it quite clear that camping on the foreshore was discouraged, i.e. you're not welcome, it didn't deter hardened caravanners to set up for the night. I, however, opted for the adjoining caravan park and pampered myself with a hot shower and well-appointed camp kitchen. The morning brought light drizzle as I set off and set the scene for some unsettled weather that, as it turned out, would persist for a couple of days. Have to use me instruments this morning. You can only just see the bank on the other side of the river. Not sure if you can see, I camped just back there on Devlin's Pound bend in the river. I can't see much at all at the moment, so I'll find the bank on the other side and just hug that for a while, I think. Hopefully it burns off. It's been doing this all night. It's settled in last night. So yeah, hopefully it burns off. It would be midday before the fog burnt off enough for the cliffs to expose completely. In essence, the cloud hung low all day, providing an almost eerie sensation, where the cliffs appeared out of the gloom and gently faded away around the bends. Just battled southwest down a section 2, maybe 3 kilometres long, straight into a headwind. Turned the corner and it's quite calm now. Still a few ripples. Nice big cliffs protecting us from the southwest. Where are we heading now? Northwest. So we've got a 2, 4, 6 kilometre sweep. Big reach. Northwest aspect. Looks like the cliffs are present pretty much the whole way. And of course, just as I started having lunch, it started raining. So just a bit miserable today. There'll be a bush camp tonight, somewhere around the 40k mark. The tail is flat, maybe somewhere there. Might get to Cadell. Not sure what's there anyway. Bush camp, everything's already soaked from last night's heavy dew. So hopefully we'll get a bit of sun this afternoon just to dry things out a bit. Who knows? So I've got about five nights in a row of bush camping. Just the way I've mapped it out to get me 40 k's a day in order to get to the end, the finishing point at my finishing time. So to do that, I've sort of got to get consistent day lengths in mileage, distance, which doesn't really coincide with town. It's scary. Pushing along 8 kilometres an hour, which is great. This reach goes for about 6 kilometres, and there's no respite from this wind behind me. It's good, but Jesus, it throws me around. Quite scary. Can't get out of it. There's no real landings on this side of the river. And I can't really get on the other side of the river without going side onto it. And I'm just going to have to ride it out, which if I can, that's great. haven't had too many fires on this trip. Just opportunity to get into camp, these bush camps. You need to sort of get in there early, enough time to gather a bit of wood, because they're all been well picked over. If there's access from the river, you're not the first one to use them. And yeah, the wood's actually pretty scarce in places. This one's not probably a high usage site, in fact far from it, but there's a bit of wood previous occupants have left behind, and I gathered a bit more. Yeah, I sort of need to get into camp pretty early in order to be able to gather the wood, and time I've set everything else up, dried the tent out, all my gear out. Yeah, it takes a while, so haven't had a lot of fires. I enjoy them when I've had them. This is not a bad spot. North or west out there, north. I won't get any, well, I never get any morning sun because I'm always packed up and ready to go before the sun actually comes up, so I don't get any effect from an easterly, so I'm better off picking a spot that's got that northern outlook with the westerly sun like today. Dry everything out for the night, warm up a bit. I was pretty fortunate because it was a bloody horrible day, squally weather, and my coat on 90% of the time. The fronts just look so threatening, just wild. Not much comes of them. You get a bit of wind and a bit of rain. Yeah, just intimidating.